Hello again, everyone. As usual, I'm Buff Bud, and today we are back with another episode of Doki Doki Literature Club, finally. So, I initially said that I was going to be taking a 1 week hiatus from videos, that way I could try and work on a secret project. But unfortunately, that 1 week hiatus turned into 2 weeks because my video editor decided to stop working. I don't entirely know what the issue was, but yeah. I recorded Monday's Terraria episode, and I got it all, up and running. I threw it into my editor, got it ready to save and export, and it wouldn't let me. I'm not entirely sure why. So I tried it, a couple more times, still didn't let me. I tried to make a copy of my initial video file and try that, still didn't let me. I tried two completely unrelated videos I had sitting around on my computer, still didn't let me. I'm like, okay, this isn't right. So I tried a couple other different things. Nothing I tried worked. I restarted my computer. Didn't work. I completely uninstalled and reinstalled my editor. Still didn't work. So after trying everything, I sent an email to tech support rather, and they didn't get back to me until Thursday of last week. So yeah, that's why there were no videos last week. I apologize about that, but hopefully everything is all good and ready. If you guys see this episode, then yeah, it all worked. So yeah. But that said and done though, in between the past 2 weeks, I actually became a partner with Dubby Energy Drinks. They're a gamer energy blend that you can actually throw into a cup and shake up and get it all working like that. Currently, they have 3 flavors. There's Galaxy Grenade, which is a watermelon, guava, lime flavor. There's Dragonade, which is a dragon fruit, pink strawberry lemonade. And then there's also Dub Sludge, which is Granny Smith apple and secret sauce. So basically, I don't know why I said basically. If you actually go to w.gg and use my code BuffBud96 at checkout, you guys will get 10% off of your orders. I've actually tried the Dragonade flavor myself, and it's actually pretty decent. Yep. The only downside is there's caffeine in there, and I cannot have caffeine, so unfortunately I can't actually drink any more of it. So yeah, hopefully you guys will find more use in it than I can. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description below that you guys can go check them out. But yeah, just remember, use the code BuffBud96 at checkout, and you guys can get 10% off your order. But with that said and done, let's actually get started with today. So last episode, we ended up doing Trust Part 2, and at the very end, we had a mysterious person pop their head in, and that's where it left off. So let's get on with understanding, and let's meet Yuri for the first time, presumably. I'm actually very excited about this. I apologize. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monica and Sayuri to turn their heads. Oh, that's right. Last episode, Monica also, got down to the cause of, Sayuri and her depression. Well, not necessarily the cause of it, but she, started asking about it, essentially. So Monica does know that Sayuri has severe depression and that she's suicidal. And she is just there to be the best friend she can. And that is what I love to see. Monica being an actual human. She's actually caring about everyone. And I love that. But anyway, Monica and Sayuri turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Ah, there she is! I love that face! Oh my god. Sayuri's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica. It's her! It's the girl! It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayuri had come across reading alone in a classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps in the door but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayuri continues to fail at containing her excitement. I love the thought of Sayuri trying to be, secretive about this, but not at all. Oh, it's so good. It's happening! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monica, and this is Sayuri, and we run the literature club. Even though it's just us so far. But, what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayuri, and this is Monica. Sayuri, nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like, books? Oh no. Sayuri is asking about books in a literature club. Oh boy. Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy is cool. Yes. Have you heard of Annabelle DuPont? I can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. Aww! You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Man, my throat is all kinds of messed up. I'm gonna quickly clear it, I'll be right back. Alright, that's a little better. Monica stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayuri, silently asking for help. I'd love to! It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great! I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm so dumb. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to wait and bring one for now. Oh no. Sayuri nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. I'm imagining a dictionary. True. Okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sayuri silently exchanging glances. Man, she is so much more open already than when we joined. Like, oh my god. Like, she's just like, immediately just like, boom. But then when we joined, she was just like, nothing. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? Yuri? Intense? Oh my god. You're dealing with Sayuri, and you're saying Yuri is intense. Oh my god. I have, like, no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid, but that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have completely different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Oh. That ties into the secret ending. Or no. Actually, I think that's just the ending. Because, Sayuri recommends that Natsuki and Yuri swap their books. That way they can learn each other's habits, essentially. I think that happens in both. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is her... Oh, here we go. What if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem like that? Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayuri. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be a great help at helping Yuri. You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay! That's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayuri lowers her voice. I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterward, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which, combined with a short time gone, indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayuri and sets the book down on her desk. Boom! Just as Sayuri feared, the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size to the one already on Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. Like what? There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Oh my god! Sarah nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little more. You know, I think, like, if we're gonna be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sayuri while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down, then looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. Oh, this poor girl. She's just like, I want to read my book, but these people keep talking to me. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault, since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glances over at Monica. Monica came into my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. I was so dumb. I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. Oh. It took me several days just to come out here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was. Oh. But I decided that was probably irrational. Wait. No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just, walked out. I was actually really hoping that you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Same, girl. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons, too. Such as there being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time getting to meet a large number of people at once. So, it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. Aw, that makes me happy! I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before, so it's hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kind of other things are you into? Like, genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Oh, just things that you would think are dumb. Sayuri pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about I'll tell you something I'm into, and then you can tell me something you're into? I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into, crafty things. Like making cute little collages or decorating things, like cards or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff, because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. But then I put it off until the last minute. So yeah, that's something silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much. It's just that you'd be surprised at how much you could do with the scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something that I'm into now, right? Sayori nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. I'm not! Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as Vice President of the Literature Club. Oh, power play right there. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. Oh. I like going out into the woods or to the park, just places where you can walk and sit and not have any people around. It's peaceful. Just nice to kind. What? Oh, I see. Just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayuri, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Monica had intended to leave it to Sayuri and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult to not join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So are you two going to be starting on that book, the next club meeting? That's the plan! I'm so excited. Sayuri beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayuri and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayuri enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayuri and Monica are left in the clubroom. Sayuri, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything, I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy towards other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here, with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? I'm kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Is that part 1 done? No, okay. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the clubroom, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to only find Sayuri in the clubroom. It's club time again! Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayuri tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books, and I had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still. I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because... I know that you were just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested. But... if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have been working on recruitment stuff mostly. So it just sounded like something fun that we could do together. reading your books. You know, like as a club activity. That'll be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sayuri pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayuri reads the cover of her book. Dusk Bell. Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. Haha, it's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. Frickin' Sayuri. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh, right. I should probably get some paper. What? What, are we, like, taking notes on the book or something? Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just taking notes. Notes? Yes, that's an effective strategy. Oh dear. Exactly. I'm sure it'll be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sayuri's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. But thinking about it, she decides that's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile in a light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. That should be evident enough by the 2 days I've spent here so far. But in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart. Especially you. No! Sayuri rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayuri through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Sayuri seems to have. But despite Sayuri's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in a way such that it's fun to follow along. Wow. I am awful at reading. If anyone has stuck with me this long, then props to you guys. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is the one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just like putting down the feelings that come to my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Ah, you're into poetry? I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. No way! Yuri giggles, filling Sayuri's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Yuri jots down, Yuri is patient, into her notes. You're supposed to be taking notes on the book, not Yuri. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Sayuri flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayuri speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Oh no. Oh no. Sayuri's gonna be asking Yuri about all these different words the whole time. Well, in this context, it essentially means she was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayuri turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I would hate that kind of book. Like, just... The kind of book I like is the kind of book that essentially explains itself in its own book. Like, it basically... If something doesn't make sense, it either explains it before that point, or it'll explain it sometime after that point, and you have to get to it. But if it, like, is something that you either need prior knowledge for, or that you need to, I guess, read footnotes for, oh my god. Also, something completely, unrelated. In the back, does that say Australia? I think it does. Why is there a poster regarding Australia in the background? That's weird. Anyway. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayuri's expression grows tense as she tries to make it through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions have been reversed, with Sayuri easily navigating social situations, and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now, or the present? Where? Right here! They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayuri rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sayuri asking fewer questions. See, I feel like at this point she's asking fewer questions because she doesn't want to be annoying. She begins to understand the value in the notes, as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often, and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as dumb. Called it. At last, Sayuri reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay. Sayuri takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. It's like a freaking, 100 chapter book, isn't it? So, what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayuri tries to find the words. Am I doing well so far? I apologize. I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how you get into it. It makes me want to keep going and keep doing my best so I can see it the way that you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses and shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow. But... I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. Aww. You weren't making me. Aww, poor Sayuri. Sayuri is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something dumb and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at, and I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayuri stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she forgot to take it with her. Ah, this is horrible. Was it really because because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. Is she gonna read more of the book in her off time? Okay, so we got another book here. I don't know what it is, but... My Song, Your Note, maybe? I don't know. See, I wish it would, like, show you which one of these is new. But whatever. Okay, so we got that. Pictures. What pictures did we get? Oh, we got the Yuri picture. Nice. Okay. Wait a minute. This was trust one. Trust one. Huh, okay. Is that the only one? Hopefully we got more. Ah, that's the only one. That sucks. Mail, though. We got more mail. That's good. Ethics. And look at that. It's on the 4th now. Why are these coming to us in reverse order? So confused. Simply put, it's not our job to arbitrarily decide upon some code of ethics just because we're the first ones to do this, to our knowledge. Oh, because they're making the extra the simulation universe stuff. That's the government's job to figure out. Long after we've made enough headway for it to no longer apply to us. It's fundamentally flawed to apply ethical reasoning to this anyway, because humanity's code of ethics is based upon nothing more than our knowledge and understanding of life forms similar to ourselves. We don't have ethics for killing bacteria or plants, only for creatures that we can convincingly project our emotions onto. The humans in our virtual machines operate completely differently from us on a fundamental level, and therefore should not be taken any more seriously than a machine that's programmed to print, "I feel sad." We're engineers, not philosophers. Interesting. So people seem to be having problems with the ethics of you know uh, uh killing fake characters and whatnot. Interesting. And then we have understanding part 2. Okay. And hopefully, presumably understanding part 2 is going to have Yuri realizing, or rather Yuri understanding that that Sayuri actually likes doing this. And respect, balance, reflection. Interesting. Respect. Maybe Natsuki feels like Monica is bossing her around. She doesn't like being bossed around. So then each of them learn respect for each other. Slowly but surely realizing that Monica has to show respect to Natsuki because she has problems that require her to act all tough and mean and everything. So she has to learn respect for her and realize that it's not actually so much of Natsuki's fault as it is, a problem that she has to work through. And Natsuki has to respect Monica as being the leader of the club, and she essentially does boss people around because it's essentially her job. Balance. Looks like it focuses mainly on these two. These two are already friends. We already established in Trust Part 1. I think it was Part 1. Anyway, so maybe at this point, Natsuki's getting mad that Sayuri is spending too much time in the club and not enough time with her as a friend. So then they each have to learn a balance between friend-club life, essentially, maybe. Reflection. Maybe it's Yuri. And well, obviously it's regarding these two. Yuri and Monica reflecting on each other. She puts too much time into her books and not enough time into people. She puts too much time into her work and not enough time into people. Maybe. Something like that. I don't know. And then self-love. Each of these two have problems that they need to work out, so working them out with each other will help out, maybe? And that'll help show self-love towards themselves. I don't know, something like that. Because it does, reflect each thing. Trust. Sayuri and Monica show trust in each other about how Monica now knows about Sayuri's depression, and Sayuri trusts Monica enough to talk about it. Understanding, presumably, is going to be Yuri understanding that she's overthinking things and that Sayuri is actually there to have fun. So, yeah. I don't know. But anyway, we are going a little over on time for this episode, so I am going to have to end it there. If you guys did enjoy this episode, then please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Thank you, and have a great day then. Goodbye.